Fellas, we're putting our sportsbook hats on. Need your favorite bets in the following categories on tonight's MLB slate. So, first base is a run line or money line bet that you're targeting. Where are you going, Nick?
I'm going to go with the Cardinals money line up against the Pirates. And look, I know it's J.A. Happ going tonight, but he actually did really well against the Pirates when you saw him earlier in the season. Now, that was during his one really good month, but last time out, Happ did really well against the Braves. And the Pirates have not been good at all against left-handed pitching since the All-Star break, whether you look at it from the All-Star break or the last couple of weeks. Either way, they haven't been good. And Cardinals relievers have been improved of late, but still pretty much on brand. So they're kind of in that solid range right now. Whereas the Pirates, their relievers hadn't been good, and they've been even worse since the All-Star break. But you got to get through Steven Brault to get to the Pirates relievers, and he's not exactly someone that's going to floor anyone. And the Cardinals have been one of the better teams against left-handed pitching since the All-Star break, so I'm going to go with the Cardinals money line tonight.
All right, Stan, a run line or money line bet that you're targeting?
I'm gonna go run line. I'm gonna go with the Giants, favored by 1.5 at plus 100. The money line is actually 220, so that actually, is promising for that bet because Vegas thinks that they're gonna win. So, Alex Wood is on the hill. Control can abandon him at times. He gave up 4 starts and 4 innings in his last start, but I do like him to bounce back in this one. On the season, he has a 3.89 FIP, 12.6% swinging strike rate. Arizona, they're 20th in both ISO and WRC plus against left-handed pitching. On the other side, Zach Allen, he's a good pitcher. 10.83 K per nine. The FIP is 4.32. Walk rate, though, is 4.33, so he can get himself into trouble. For me, the big swing factor here is that the Diamondbacks, they have one of the worst bullpens in the league. San Francisco offense, they're first in ISO, 6th in WRC plus against right-handed pitching. So, yeah, give me the Giants there.
All right, second base is a game total that you like, Stan. Where are you looking for this one?
Colorado, Houston, under 8.5 plus 100. Jake Odorizzi for Houston, he hasn't been great. He's coming off giving up a 6-spot to the Dodgers last start. But prior to that, he allowed more than 3 earned runs in only 1 of 12 starts. Now he gets a Rockies team they're just straight up atrocious away from Coors Field. They're last in ISO, WRC plus, and runs scored by a significant margin. John Gray, he hasn't allowed 3 earned runs in the past 8 starts. And during that span, he faced the Dodgers and the Padres twice during that span. He faced Houston earlier this season in Coors Field, went 6 and 2/3, 2/3 innings, allowed 1 earned run, and struck out 6. So, yeah, give me the under here.
All right, Nick, where are you going for a game total?
Well, I was actually looking at that game that from the stand as well, so I like that pick. I was also thinking about going with the Royals run total as well, going up against the Yankees tonight, because they got a lefty on the mound who's like, But I'm ultimately landing on the Tigers going over 5.5 runs, and I know that's pretty high for them, but they're going up against Keegan Aiken. It's his first real start in a while, and I'd like to target this guy whenever he's starting. He's just not good in general. And teams can get on him in a hurry. The Tigers have been one of the best teams against left-handed pitching since the All-Star break, and even better when you condense it over the last couple of weeks. I know that they saw Aiken a little bit ago, but he only pitched like a third of an inning and gave up 2 hits. And then when you look at the Orioles bullpen, too, they nearly have a 5 FIP since the All-Star break. The ERA is almost up to 7 in that time, too, and they have the third worst walk rate, too. So I'm going to go with the Tigers getting at least 6 runs tonight against the Orioles.
All right, how about for third base, a pitcher prop, Nick? Where are you going?
Yeah, normally I'm not one to back Eduardo Rodriguez. I feel like he's always been, we always expect him to be something more than he actually is. But one thing he's done quite a bit this season is strike batters out, and recently even more so. He just got 10 Ks against the Tigers, which I know that they've been hitting well, right? But they got 10 Ks against, they struck out 10 times against Erod. They don't strike out much against left-handed pitching, yet he still reached that mark. And then the time before that, he left early against the Blue Jays, 3 1/3 inning, but guess what? Still got 8 Ks there. So I have him getting over 7.5 Ks tonight against the Rays, a team that has strikes out quite a bit against left-handed pitching. They have the 3rd highest K rate against lefties, and they're among the teams that are striking out the most against lefties since the All-Star break.
Stan, I see a lot of people interested in a Sean Manaea pitcher prop, possibly looking that way.
Wow, are you from the future too, Jesse? Yeah, that's who I had too. Over 5.5, minus 105. The matchup is middling. Cleveland, they're 15th in strikeouts against left-handed pitching, but Manaea does have a 12.6% swinging strike rate, 9.99 Ks per nine. He is coming off a 4 strikeout game performance, but prior to that, he went for at least 6 and 7 games, and 2 of those were over 10. So he did face the Indians 4 starts ago. He struck out 7 and 5 in a third inning. So yeah, I'm with the people and with you, Jesse.
All right. Well, how about you take us home with a hitter prop, Stan?
Cedric Mullins plus 320 to hit a home run. You know, I hate home run props just because it's difficult, right? It's a hard thing to do. But Casey Mize of Detroit, you know, he's allowed 2.42 home runs per nine to lefties. Mullins has a .240 ISO against right-handed pitching. You know, they're in Camden Yards, which is rated numero uno for home runs in regards to ballpark factors. The Detroit bullpen, they're seventh in home runs per nine. So I mean, just all the boxes are checked. It's a match made in heaven.
All right, Nick, hitter prop, where you going?
I'm going to go with Nelson Cruz over 1.5 total bases. Nick Castellanos is another one that I was looking at as well, but I ultimately landed on Cruz as my number one for tonight. And this is a guy who, obviously, we all know he destroys left-handed pitching. As much as I was speaking highly of Erod a second ago, I think that Cruz can still at least get 2 bases off of him tonight. But Cruz has done nothing against lefties. And for the Rays, I don't know where that's coming from, but this guy didn't all of a sudden forget how to hit left-handed pitching. So this I think he's due right now in general. And then he hasn't done much against Erod over the course of his career, over like 20 plate appearances. So he's double due tonight. So I'm going to go and back him to get at least 2 total bases tonight.